Real late, Hot 97. My name's Peter Rosenberg, and brought in a couple of cats who I've gotten familiar with musically over the last several months. Shout out to my man Mark, Top Shelf Premium. Met these guys, saw him at Supply and Demand. First from Rochester, we got my man Pounds in the building.
What's good, y'all?
What's good, Pounds? And then, of course, we got from Far Rock, my man Flea Lord in the building.
Yeah, what's good? What's good? Peace, King.
What up, man? Happy to have you guys here.
I appreciate being
Glad
here.
to be here.
Pounds, let's start with you, man. I want to get people familiar with both you guys, but you've got a very interesting story. You got a lot of things you're working on beyond music that are interesting, but let's start musically. First of all, tell us about Rochester. What's obviously a lot of Buffalo talk these days with Griselda.
Yeah. Well, just upstate in general.
Right, but tell us about Rochester. What's that world like?
Rochester's not a place you want to visit. You know what I'm saying? Rochester not for everybody. But
Now, you don't want to visit because you might get effed up in these streets, or because there's also nothing to do?
nah, you just probably not gonna make it home. But yeah, I love my city, and we're loving this current wave right now because we've been doing this shit the whole time.
Yep.
We've been doing this thing the whole time, and we just never deviated, and we're just watching it come full circle.
And when you say this thing, you mean specifically like the real rap, like real hip hop ish has been happening in Rochester.
Yes. Like what you're hearing from like Griselda and Benny and Wes and Khan, like what you're hearing, that's that upstate sound.
Yep.
And the fact that we just all been doing it this whole time and never like felt the need to go do like records we think that would pop more, you know what I'm saying? Just basically kind of doing what we want to do. You know what I mean? Like we just never deviated from that. And for me to personally to see them reaching where they're reaching right now, that's just like so crazy.
And it's
to see it.
It's interesting you say that too, because from a market standpoint, like upstate, when I was doing underground hip hop, and we have a couple waters over there, guys.
Oh,
Sorry,
right,
don't worry.
cool.
Those are Corona free. We're good.
Are you sure?
No, my man's good.
All right, cool.
We ran out of bottles, but these are Corona free. I'm 90% sure.
All right, cool. Long as we're in the 90s.
Yeah, all we can do is 90%, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyways, but I will say this. When I was doing a lot of underground hip-hop, musically managing and DJing for artists, like upstate in general was really good. Like always, from Buffalo, Rochester, and then all the way even further up, Hamilton, Ontario, Toronto, that sort of area of the world.
Toronto got it right now too.
The underground hip hop scene there has thrived forever. That's just, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the weather up there, the cold, but there's something about upstate that real.
I'm not even gonna lie, man. It's that snow belt. It's that misery.
Right?
It's that misery, man. And like I said, like Rochester's not like a place you want to visit. It's like one of them places where like if you do good, got to get you out of here.
Right. A lot of hate.
I'm saying, oh man, it's the fuck.
You
I'm
good?
swearing, but it's
the worst.
It's the worst, man.
Now, from a project standpoint, you got a lot of music with Buckwild, correct?
Yeah, we just dropped the album, Trafficante.
And the joints are hard. We've been playing joints off it.
Man, I appreciate you.
Of course, man. It's Flames, though. How did that come together? You and Buckwild, legendary producer, of course.
Actually, like, bare bones of what happened was my management, shout out to Evie Blanco at the time, she had a good relationship with Havoc and Buckwild. She's like, look, I have a relationship with Hav, I have a relationship with Buck. Who'd you do the album with? Me being Prodigy's like, all-time favorite. Mm-hmm. I'm like, yo, what's up with Hav? I guess, things didn't pan out with that. And then, Buck kind of hit her, was like, yo, what's up, man? Is your man Pounds want to do the album? And then, at the time, like, Buck had kind of been on hiatus for some time just because of the current state of the music.
Yeah, beat-wise where people were, yeah, sure.
Yeah, so, he hit me. We went in one session. I'm talking about straight click. Is that chemistry right off the bat? Because I told her, I was like, yo, if I go in there and I'm not feeling his joints, I'm not going to pretend like I'm not, I'm not going to pretend like I'm feeling them.
And he still had that heat.
Oh, my goodness. Yo, the one joint, the No Way, play. That's the first thing we recorded for the project. Like, that was the first session. I knew right there. It was like, and like I said, the whole album we did, I didn't go in there with any verses, like, written already. Like, everything is on the spot. Like, he's making the samples on the spot. You know what I'm saying? Going through samples. Oh, I like that one. Start chopping that loop. you know what I mean, throwing the drums. By the time you got the beat formatted, I'm ready to rock. You know what I'm saying? I do everything on the spot.
And so you guys have a whole project and Trafficante is out right now.
Yeah, it's out now, streaming on all platforms.
And we'll play a couple joints from it in a minute. I wanted to ask you also though, what your stuff in the food world. Your name is Pounds.
Yeah.
You're also involved in food in different
but
ways.
I also did just lose 65 pounds.
So you're less-
if you go look on my gram, I was looking very
snap.
like even like I think the first time I like revealed was at Top Shelf Premium. I didn't take any pictures for a minute because I wanted to shock people a little bit. So I went and did the Top Shelf show. But like, damn, bro.
So let's start there. First of all, you're going from pounds to less pounds.
Yeah, I went completely
To half a pound.
Half pounds. You're half pounds now.
Nah, you know, when me and Flea were in the middle of doing the album, we're eating Kennedy fried chicken at one in the morning, the whole damn bag full. So, you know.
Yeah, nah, we did have one conversation though, like, you know, one real one that I'll speak about, and I told him, I said, yo, bro, like, I don't want to build no relationship with you and start growing love for you and you fuck around and, you know what I'm saying, something happened to you. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
We can't have that happen.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? This motherfucker was walking up 5-6 flights. I'm like, yo, you're a boss. If you can do that, nigga, focus on, you know what I'm saying?
Then maybe you can lose
working
the weight too.
Yeah, and this motherfucker
But
was
yeah,
65,
I went like completely vegan, cold turkey in August. I'm down like, you know, about 65, maybe a little bit more. And then, you know, I had this little connect over with my buddy who's a rep for Beyond Meat. I don't know if you're familiar.
Yeah, of course.
Them. Yeah.
Beyond Burgers. Yeah, this is vegan.
So they hit me. They're like, yo, it's crazy how much weight you lost. You know, we know you like to cook and all this stuff. Or we seeing you on the gram in your stories. He's like, yo, how do you feel about doing like 90s style infomercial, like type, you know, cooking the Italian classics, but doing them meat and dairy free? I'm like, yo, I'm with it. So we just shot that. I did it with a New Vegas film, same dude that does all my videos.
Amazing.
And then I got in a couple weeks, well, granted the coronavirus isn't, you know,
it's not helping anyone's business.
Wipe
right
us all out. But
Yeah.
me and Mikey Likes It, we have a exclusive flavor drop, tiramisu, which is actually the weed strain that I have out right now too. So
you have a weed strain, an ice cream strain.
yeah.
And then you do have the thing with Beyond Meat as well.
Yeah, so I'm having fun out here right now.
That sounds good. And congratulations, man. It's big that you lost to 65. Keep going.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely keep going, man. It feels good, like, you know, buying normal clothes and stuff.
Right. It must feel great to start taking these steps. That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
So,
it's
here's what we're
definitely
gonna do.
cool.
Let's play a couple joints for Pounds. We're gonna come back and talk to Flea Lord. It's real late. It's Hot 97.
Yeah.
It's real late. Hot 97. You know what it is. Pounds is in the building, repping Rochester. We got Flea Lord, Far Rock, Queens in the building.
Yeah.
So I've been playing your joints too, Flea. You got some dope tunes.
Thank you, man.
And
Appreciate that.
nah, it's dope music. And you just got off the road with Griselda, is that correct?
That's a fact, yeah, man.
And-
What was she gonna do tour?
So how did you end up? Because the first time I heard of you several months ago from my man Mark, Top Shelf Premium, it was in association with Griselda.
Yeah.
So tell me, how did you go from Far Rock? You have associations with Stack Bundles and go all the way back in Far Rock history.
Yeah,
How do we?
Chinks Drugs, RP, Stack
and
Bundles,
Chinks?
and Chinks, man. Those are my good brothers, man.
So take me from starting in those days, knowing cats like Chinks and Stack Bundles, to now Griselda.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, in Far Rockaway, man, everybody like knows each other. So, you know, I knew of Stacks, and me and Stacks was cool. Like, he went to Far Rock High, I went to Beast Channel. You know, we was really cool. Like, you know, see each other's always peace. But you know, me and Chinks, we had a close relationship. You know what I'm saying? That was really like a good friend of mine. And you know, his passing kind of messed me up. You know what I'm saying? And I started rapping around that time when he passed. And you know, I was like, you know, Prodigy's like, yo, you should take it way more serious. Like, you know, me and Prodigy had a good relationship too. And
Wow.
God bless his soul. So I really rap because of Prodigy. You know what I'm saying? So basically, I started rapping and, you know, taking it serious. I couldn't find it, you know, because I was always running the streets and, you know, doing negative for a positive outcome. So I couldn't focus on the music. And then, you know, Prodigy's like, yo, bro, you need to, like, put that down. So I'm like, all right, cool. So, you know, I kept, you know, I didn't want to let P down because this is somebody who never had a job a day in their life. And if he's telling me to take this music thing serious, I'm like...
And someone who, along the way, made his share of mistakes.
Yeah.
Because, you know, when P got out of jail, that last time, he was a different guy.
Yeah, I think that's where like me and P really got tight.
Yeah.
And it also changed my life because I see the type of person he was. You know, from listening to P talking about, you know, walking around the town, big guns and, you know, just growing up on that vibe.
Yep.
You know, excuse me. So basically, P was going through a crisis. You know, he was going through a sickle cell crisis in the hospital. And Griselda had came down to, you know, meet, you know, pull up on him in the hospital, show love to him. And he's like, yo, listen, the bros is here, and I really need you guys to get up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want you to meet them. He's been telling me about them for about, like, the past 3-4 months. You know, the Alchemist had put them on, you know, put them on to Griselda, whatever. And he was like, yo, y'all guys got that same sound, and being that you right now, you're starting to take off, I think it'd be good for you to get up with them. So I went to the hospital. I brought them some bud, you know what I'm saying? And we kicked it. And from that point on, it was like every time they touch the town, they'll hit me. You know what I'm saying? I pull up on them and give them free bud. They wanted to pay, but I give them free bud because, you know, we just smoking, and you know what I'm saying? So I kept touching base with the bros, and then I went to a show out there in Buffalo with Prodigy where he performed. Static Selector was out there. A lot of us, Mayhem Loren, a lot of us was out there. And it was a beautiful night for Griselda, you know, to take over Buffalo. And I just started to see them, like, progressing because, you know, when I knew them, I didn't do no background check on them. I didn't give a F about what they was doing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care when people say, oh, yo, they doing this. I go off of the person that you are.
Right.
Like,
and
even
the
me,
fact
like,
that P told you need to check for him, and
yeah,
that was it.
Yeah, I just, you know, it was just off positive vibes. Like with me and Pounds, I didn't go back and listen to another Pounds music. I don't really listen to music. I listen to, you know, Anita Baker, Erykah Badu, and, you know, Luther Vandross. I listen to oldies. I don't like listening to rap because I do it. You know what I'm saying? And the only rappers I listen to, majority is dead rappers or, you know, the homies, you know what I'm saying, that's really putting on for this. You know, a lot of upstate cats, you know what I'm saying, some New York, you know, in the city. It's not too many that's really putting real rap out.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So when I got it with Griselda, it was like perfect, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, Prodigy's passing brought us closer. You know, Conway hit my jack, Westside hit my jack. You know, yeah, man, like we're brothers now, you know what I'm saying? So anything Griselda do, I'm with them.
But that's beautiful that the origin of that story is Prodigy is very cool. I mean, when you think about it, and I knew how big a deal Mob was to Griselda. I remember when they showed up to the Griselda show in New York, how touched Gun was about it.
Yeah.
But when you think about it, you could argue that this whole wave that we're playing and everyone's talking about, it's all a Mob Deep wave, right?
I literally, Mob Deep is the reason that I rap.
Yeah,
So,
Mob Deep, Wu-Tang,
That's pretty.
you know, CNN,
Yep.
MOP, of course, Hove, you know what I'm saying? It's so many that we grew up on and we listened to that vibe and we wanted to also push the culture forward with them.
That grit, though. Gotta be
Yeah.
that grit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Me personally, coming from Far Rockaway, man, it's like, I started rapping late. You know, I was into, you know, playing ball and, you know, kicking it with the ladies. And then, you know, when I had my kids, I became a father. I'm like, man, listen, I just got to get bread. Like, it's nothing else but getting money. So I had a job. And then, like I said, I was doing negative for a positive outcome. But rap was never it for me until P was like, yo, don't waste your talent. So I'm sitting there listening to Prodigy telling me this. And then one time, I think when I met up with Griselda, like, you know, we was walking down the street. I think Westside was going on a bape or something, me, him, and Conway. And Conway was like, yo, you said you rap, right? Let me hear something. So I'm like, I really don't freestyle. But then I start spitting. And he's like, yo, that's fire, bro. Like, we got to work. So then, you know, I got him to get on one track. When I put my first project out, 2017, Conway and Prodigy got on it. And I still wasn't sure if I wanted to rap. It's called Law Talk Volume 1, all produced by God Bless Beats, my homie from Chicago that stays in Atlanta now. He hit me through the gram. I never even met this dude, so we did like, I think it was like 7 songs. I really wasn't happy with the project, but a lot of people tuned in.
You weren't happy with you on it?
I wasn't happy with my sound because I don't think I found who I was yet as an artist, but I had to put out something, to start. So like I had to start somewhere. So when I put that out, like I said, people loved it. I was happy with it, but then I wasn't because I felt like the sound, I still didn't develop who I was. So it's like I kept practicing. I went on tour. I released another project called RNOE. It's a compilation with me and my homies that I thought was taking music serious. And I wanted them to know that, you know, this is another opportunity for us to get money besides of what we knew. So I put them on and we did RNOE. That did good. And that was all in 2017. 2018, I dropped 2 projects. What I dropped? I Won Out And then I dropped Lord Talk Volume 2, which set the pace where I had West, Con, Terminology, Mayhem, Crime Apple, all on this one project. All was produced by God Bless, which I did Lord Talk 1 and 2 with him. And then from that point, that's where people started to, pay attention. And then, 2019, I went 8 duty on everybody, man. I dropped 6 projects, you know what I'm saying? 6 collaboration projects. And then, starting off now, I got a project that just dropped like 2 weeks ago called Pray for the Evil with my homie from Boston called Me Fucks. He produced the whole thing. And
So that's a real thing for you, these collaboration projects. You see that as a major path for you. Or is it just something that comes organically?
Yeah, man, because, we're building with the homies, whoever it is, 38 Special, Ethos, you know what I'm saying? Like, all these guys that's putting on for the culture, I actually like their rap, and because I didn't listen to nobody, so now it's like I hear, I was like, oh, wow, that's actually dope.
I won't lie, like Rochester-wise, like me, Ethos, and Special been just putting on for a
and that's
minute.
what I say. I tell people,
And
not
they're
keep
like-
it funky.
And all three of y'all are dope.
I say, Buff got Griselda. And Rochester, if you think of Rochester's artists, I don't discredit no other artists, but the only artists I listen to is Pounds, Ethos, and Special, and I work with them. These are my brothers. I pulled up at his crib. My bro cooked me the illest dinner. You know what I'm saying?
Cook you something marvelous?
Yeah, fire. You know what I'm saying? My boy got busy. You know what I'm saying? I go to Special House. These guys are welcome in my home with my family. My daughter's there. So it's like, this is deeper than rap. But, to do this is a blessing. You know what I'm saying? And right now, like, I'm on my 11th project. And I'm not slowing down, man. I got something going on with Pete Rock. I got something going on with Buckwild.
Yeah, so-
I got something going on with Pounds.
So what's the Pounds? What's your guys' collab project looking like?
Oh, man, we got
I
3
think
songs
we got
done.
3 joints on it done already.
We're not forcing it because he got things going on. I got things going on. So.
It's very, very gritty.
Yeah. I mean,
You don't say, really?
very
You guys
gritty.
aren't dropping like a pop single? The single's not featuring 112?
I'm thinking about doing a little dancing record, man. We gotta have one.
Yeah, we'll have something.
Yeah,
Yo,
man.
that would be hilarious. The first person from this whole movement to just drop some completely dance joint that everyone's
Yeah,
like, wait,
full
hold on,
left,
this is
yeah.
why.
Yeah.
Now, did you guys, speaking of which, what was your guys' thoughts when you saw a picture with your bros, Griselda, hanging out with Kanye? That took me by surprise this weekend.
Listen, I went to Sunday service, man. It was beautiful, man. I had people going on my Instagram talking about it looks like, Blue Head EI and Rituals. I'm like, come on, man. Like, listen,
It wasn't
bro.
that deep.
Nah, they're
Bro,
bugging
I
out,
seen
man.
them
It was
do-
a
they
gospel.
was doing the Roddy Rich joint.
Yeah, nah, it was
Oh,
a
yeah,
they
that's
had
right.
So
it
I
was a
seen that, I
gospel.
was like, yo.
Nah,
The gospel Roddy Rich.
Listen, it was different to see something like from hip hop, and then talking, God stuff, like godly stuff. It's like I never went to church. I don't go to church. I don't care for it. I just believe in the higher power. But to go there and see that, and then seeing these people, the gospel was amazing. I loved it. You know what I'm saying?
Now, Hove came out to that Griselda show recently.
Yeah, that was
And
amazing too.
And did you see him? Did you have any?
Yeah, man. I mean, actually, like, I knew he was there. They said he was there when I was performing. I was like, all right, what am I supposed to do, man? I got to be, professional. I'm
Right,
not, oh
right.
shit, excuse me, Hove is here. Respect the Hove, man. And, like I said, he's one of the homies that put on, and it became very successful. You know what I'm saying? But I kept it cool, and then after Conway's performance when he did the Cow, man, it's like that song touches a lot of people, and to know what bro been through, he broke down. You know what I'm saying? He said it on his Instagram. He broke down, and then when he went to the back, you know what I'm saying? Like, I went over there, held my bro down, like, yo, you good, bro? Like, this is amazing. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is God's plan.
Mm-hmm.
Every time he does that song, it's like, I got to, if I'm there, I kick it with my bro. You know what I'm saying? Con, you know what it is. I love you, bro. And Hove saw him, and then, Hove told him, like, pull up. So they start kicking. I played it back, man. I'm not about to, walk over there with Con. I played it back, and I just let, bro, soak that moment in, and that was amazing to see my man.
And there's video of that moment of them having an exchange, and you can tell
that was
Hove's
beautiful.
really dialed into the conversation. It's pretty cool to see.
Yeah, nah, it's
I think
amazing.
like I was just telling like my girl the other day, it's crazy, from us all just playing, rolling up, cooking at Diesel Derringer's crib, to like seeing them doing what they're doing now, bro. That's just so inspirational.
It's
man.
paving the way for us, you know what I'm saying? Also, like, I started rapping wild late. I just put my first project out in 2017. So to be keeping up bar-wise with Pounds and, you know, the ethos, especially the whole Griselda camp, you know what I'm saying? I just started rapping. You know what I'm saying?
I don't even like rappers. I love this.
Thank you, bro. I love you too, man. Nah, but you know, being around the sound, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know what's great beats, you know what I'm saying? Like, I give, you know, some producers on Instagram, they shot. You know, they're not even lit, you know what I'm saying? But I give them a shot and then I just get them their recognition they deserve.
Well, whatever you guys are doing, you guys are among the bunch out there that really musically gets it, and the records have a feel, and like there's some impact. And so I wanted to, Mark and I talked this week and thought it was important to get you guys up here so people can start putting a face and a personality with the songs that are out there, because you guys got some great music.
Thank you.
You can find it. You look up Flea Lord or Pounds on
Pounds 448 on all social media.
Pounds 448. Why 448?
But that's how many grams in a pound.
Well done. As you can see, I've done a lot of work in the streets. Yo, Pounds and Flea Lord, thank you guys.
Appreciate you for having us.
Of course, it's real late, Hot 97.
Yes.